Welcome to Gray Matter Academics. We will be getting into the problem solving on theoretical distribution, which is the 14th topic as per our schedule. Under theoretical distribution, we would like to distinguish between discrete and continuous probability distribution and their problems, and also we look into the various problems related to binomial, Poisson and normal type of distributions which come under the theoretical distribution, mostly problem solving and some theoretical questions to which we'll be providing the answers. First question: in a binomial distribution, we would like to know what is the correct option. As per the properties of binomial distribution, mean is greater than variance. So if we go to the solution, it says B option, which is mean is greater than variance. Second question: if the parameters of a binomial distributions are 17 and 1 by 3, the mode of the distribution is. Go back to the work area. The parameters given of a binomial distribution are 17 and 1 by 3. Then mode is actually n plus 1 into p, where n is 17 and p is 1 by 3. Now that works out to be 6, which is m. Now if n plus 1 into p is an integer, it is a bimodal. Therefore mode is, we have two values, m minus 1 and m, which is equal to 5 and 6, which is nothing but your option C. Going to our PowerPoint presentation, it is option C, which says 5 and 6. Third question: in a binomial distribution with n equal to 40, the maximum possible variance is. Going to our work area, n is given to be 40. Maximum possible variance in binomial distribution is n by 4, which is equal to 40 by 4, which is equal to 10. Answer is option C. Going to our PowerPoint presentation, it is option C, which is 10. Fifth question: if x and y are two independent binomial random variable with standard deviation 5 and 4 respectively, x plus y has variance. Going to our work area, in a binomial distribution or a binomial random variables, standard deviation of x is given to be 5, standard deviation of y is given to be 4. So variance of x plus y is given by variance of x plus variance of y, which is nothing but variance of x will be square of standard deviation of x, which is 5 squared 25. Similarly, the other one will be 4 squared, which is 16. So the sum will be 41. So the option is C. Going to our PowerPoint presentation, the option is C, which is 41. Fifth question: in a binomial distribution with mean 20 and standard deviation 4, the value of P, the probability of success, is given in the worksheet as follows. Binomial distribution given to be mean equal to 20, which is nothing but NP, which is equal to 20, and SD is actually square root of NPR, which is equal to 4. So using those two formula, we get Q is equal to 4 by 5, or P will be equal to 1 minus Q, which is 1 by 5. So the answer is option C. Going back to our PowerPoint presentation, it is option C, which says it is 1 by 5. Sixth question: the number of wins of India in one-day international matches with P equal to 0.4 will follow a binomial distribution, because it's a discrete and we have number of matches as 1, 2, 3, etc. So the answer is a binomial distribution, or A option. We go to the answer which says A, which is a binomial distribution. Seventh question: binomial distribution is what do you call it? It has got more than one mode, so it is either unimodal or bimodal. So the answer is D option, which is either unimodal or bimodal. If you go to our answer PowerPoint, it says D option, which is A or B, which is unimodal or bimodal. Eighth question, if x and y are independent binomial random variables with parameters 6, half and 4, half, then x plus y, we work out as per the shown in the worksheet. X has 6, half, y has 4, half, that is n1 equal to 6 and n2 equal to 4. Then x plus y is also a binomial with parameters n1 plus 2, p, that is 10, half. So the answer is option A. As per the PowerPoint, it is option A, which says binomial with parameters 10, half. Ninth question, in a binomial distribution, the probability P is given to be 1 by 3 and modes are 7 and 8. Then we need to calculate n. Going to our work area, in binomial distribution, probability is given to be 1 by 3. Modes are 7 and 8. So mode is equal to n plus 1 into p. So two modes are n plus 1 into p, which is equal to 8. And that when we work out, we get n equal to 23. Actually, this is the second mode, np and n plus 1p. Right? Yeah. Actually, n plus 1p. Okay. So the answer is option C. Going to our PowerPoint presentation, if you see, value of n works out to be 23. C is the option, which is 23. 10th question, in a binomial distribution with 5 trials, probability of 3 success to that of 2 is 1 by 4. We need to compute the value of P, the probability of success. Now, when you go into the worksheet, n is given to be 5 and P of x equal to 3 and P of x equal to 2 is given to be 1 by 4. Now, as per binomial distribution, it will be 5c3 into p cube into q squared by 5c2 into p squared into q power 3, which is equal to 1 by 4. On doing the relevant substitution, where p is equal to 1 minus, q is 1 minus p. So after doing all that, we work out p equal to 1 by 5. That is the probability of success. So the answer is option D. Going to our PowerPoint presentation, it says option D, the value being 1 by 5. 11th problem, the standard deviation of a Poisson random variable x is given to be 2. Then the probability of from 1.4 x greater than 1.4 and less than 2.8 has to be calculated, given e power minus 4 is 0.01832. Going to our work area, standard deviation is given of Poisson variable is given to be 2. So root of np is equal to 2. So np will be equal to 4. Now p of x is in general given as e power minus lambda into lambda power x by x factorial. Now your lambda here happens to be 4. So it is e power minus 4 into 4 power x by x factorial, and the x lies between 1.4 to 2.8, means it is 2. So you get x to be, you replace x by 2, so you get e power minus 4 into 4 squared by 2 factorial, giving the value of e power minus 4 as 0.0183 into 16 by 2. So the answer is 0.1464, or option B is the correct answer. Going to our PowerPoint presentation, it is B option, which says 0.146. 12th question, in Poisson distribution, standard deviation is equal to root of np as per the actual property of Poisson distribution. So going to our PowerPoint solution, it is C which says root np, root of np. 13th question, if for a Poisson random variable x, coefficient of variation is given to be 50, the probability that x assumes non-zero value is given by, as in the worksheet, the coefficient of variation in a Poisson random variable is given to be 50. That is sigma by mean into 100 is equal to 50. Sigma is root of np, mean is np. Now your which on working you get np equal to 4. Now we need to find the Poisson distribution, rather the probability that x assumes non-zero values in the Poisson distribution. So P of x not equal to 0 is equal to 1 minus of P of x equal to 0. A general Poisson distribution would be e power minus lambda into lambda power x by x factorial. At x equal to 0, what we get is, we know that lambda is nothing but np, which is 4. So lambda, when you substitute the relevant values and x being equal to 0, so you get it as e power minus 4. So it is p probability of x not equal to 0 would be given by 1 minus e power minus 4. So it is option C. Going back to our PowerPoint presentation, so the answer for the probability that x assumes non-zero values for a Poisson random variable distribution would be option C, which is 1 minus e power minus 4. Option C. 14th question. 3% of items produced by a manufacturing company are known to be defective. The probability that a sample of 2 contains no defective is, actually this is e power minus 3 equal to 0.9418. Now going to the work area, defective is 3 by 100, so non-defective is 97 by 100. Number of defective in samples of, say, is 2. Now n should be very large, p should be very small, and therefore p of 2 non-defective is equal to 97 by 100 into 97 by 100 into e power minus 3. So when you work out, you get 0.94. So answer is option B. Going back to our PowerPoint area, it is B option, which says 0.94. 15th question, the mean deviation of the normal distribution as per the properties of normal distribution, it is 4 by 5 sigma, where sigma is the standard deviation, and that is nothing but, as shown in the PowerPoint, it is A option, which is 4 by 5 sigma. 16th question, the mean deviation of the normal distribution f of x is equal to 1 by square root of 50 pi e power minus x squared minus 50x plus 22x by it is 50, I think, if I'm not mistaken, where x takes values from minus infinity to infinity. We go to the work area, and when we bring it to the standard format of a normal distribution, we find out that it is when you standardize as per the Gaussian distribution, we find that sigma happens to be 5. But we know in a Gaussian distribution, mean deviation is equal to 4 by 5 sigma, which is 4 by 5 into 5 equal to 4. It is option A. Going to our PowerPoint presentation, it is option A, which says it is equal to 4. 17th problem, the quartile deviation of the normal distribution, which is given as follows. going back to our PowerPoint, I mean the work area, if you compare with the standard form of a normal distribution with the given problem, we get that sigma, that is the standard deviation, equal to 3. Now quartile deviation, we know it is 2 by 3 of sigma. Now sigma is 3, means quartile deviation works out to be 2 by 3 of 3, which is 2. So the option is C. Going to our PowerPoint presentation, it is option C, which says 2. 18th problem, if the quartile deviation is given to be 18, then mean deviation is nearly to be computed as now QD is 18. We consider in normal distribution, QD is generally given as 2 by 3 of standard deviation, which is equal to 18. So sigma standard deviation works out to be 27. Now mean deviation in a normal distribution is 4 by 5 of sigma, which works out to be 21.6. So it is option C. Going to our PowerPoint presentation, it is option C, which is 21.6. 19th problem, if the first quartile and mean deviation of a normal distribution are 11.25 and 8 respectively, the mean of the distribution, that is mu, is worked out as follows. First quartile is given to be 11.25, considering normal distribution. Mean deviation is given to be 9. It is 8. Now we all know that in a normal distribution, 4/5 of a standard deviation, sigma, equal to 8, or we calculate standard deviation to be 10. Now first quartile is given as mu minus, that is the mean, minus 2 by 3, sigma is 11.25 because it is a first quartile. So when we work out for mu, that is the mean, is 17.92, approximately it is 18. So the nearest option is A. So answer is option A. Going to our PowerPoint presentation, it is option A, which is 18. 20th problem, if a x and y are two independent normal random variables with mean and standard deviation 10, 5 and 15, 12, these mean and standard deviation, therefore the mean and standard deviation of x plus y is computed as follows. You are taking a normal distribution, so this is what is given. We need to compute mean and standard deviation of x plus y. Mean is nothing but expectation, so expectation of x plus y is equal to expectation of x plus expected y, which works out to be 25. Now we know that variance is square of standard deviation. Variance of x plus y is equal to variance of x plus variance of y, y squared plus 12 squared, which is 13 squared. So standard deviation is nothing but square root of variance, which is equal to 13. So the answer is 25, 13. So the answer is option C. Going to our PowerPoint presentation, it is option C, which is 25, 13. 21st problem, if x and y are two independent normal random variables with mean 18, 10 and SDs 3, 4, then the mean and SD of x minus y need to be computed. We know that mean of x minus y is mean of x minus mean of y, which is 18 minus 10, 8. Variance of x minus y will be variance of x plus minus 1 whole squared variance of y, which works out to be 25. So standard deviation of x minus y is the square root of variance of x minus y, which is 5. So the answer is 8, 5. So the option is D. Going to our PowerPoint presentation, it is D option, which is 8, 5. 22nd problem, if x and y are two independent normal random variables with variance 9 and 16, then the variance of 2x minus 3y need to be computed. Going to our worksheet, work area, variance of 2x minus 3y is nothing but 2 squared into variance of x plus minus 3 whole squared into variance of y, which is 2 squared is 4, and variance of x is given to be 3 squared, or so it will be variance of y would be 16. So minus 3 squared is 9, so it works out to be 180. So the option is C. Going to our PowerPoint presentation, it is option C, which is 180. 23rd problem, for the normal distribution f of x equal to 5 by root pi e power minus 25 x squared minus infinity, x lies between minus infinity to plus infinity, mean and standard deviation need to be computed. Given that 5 by root pi e power minus 25 x squared, we reduce it to the we compare it with the standard Gaussian distribution of the form shown here, that is 1 by sigma root of 2 pi e power minus half into x minus mu by sigma whole squared. Now when we compare with the given problem, 5 by root pi will be equal to 1 by sigma root 2 pi. So we work out sigma as 1 by 5 root 2, and on this side x minus mu whole squared, half of x minus mu by sigma whole squared will be equal to 25x squared. So which is again, that is when we compare the standard form with the what is available here. So that is nothing but we rewrite this 25x squared as half into x by 1 by 50 whole squared. Now when we see this, mu happens to be 0 because x minus mu on the standard form, here it is x minus 0, we can write that x. So mu is 0, so the answer is option D, wherein mu, that is the mean, is 0 and sigma is 1 by 5 root 2. Going back to our PowerPoint presentation, it is D option, that is 0 comma 1 by 5 root 2. 24th problem, normal distribution is the limiting form of binomial distribution. Actually, using the conditions for applying for normal distribution, we know that when n tends to a large quantity and neither p nor q is small, then your binomial distribution tends to become a normal distribution. It is a limiting form of binomial distribution, that is n is large, neither p nor q is small. So the option is C, as shown in the PowerPoint slide. N is large and neither p or q is small, which is your normal distribution. 25th problem, in a normal distribution, phi of A represents the area from z equal to minus infinity to z equal to a, that is the C option. 26th problem, the pf of a random variable x is given to be f of x equal to 1 by 7 root 2 pi e power minus x minus 25 whole squared by 98, where x lies between minus infinity to infinity, the standard one. The mean deviation needs to be computed. Going to our work area, we know that mean deviation is 4 by 5 sigma, and judging by this normal distribution, your sigma happens to be 3, so it is 4 by 5 into 7, which works out to be 5.6, which is option C. Going to our PowerPoint presentation, it is option C, which is 5.6. 27th problem, the point of inflection of the standard normal distribution is, we know that z is equal to minus 1 and z equal to plus 1 in a standard normal distribution. So the point of inflection is minus 1 comma 1, that is shown in the answer is D option, or going to our PowerPoint presentation, D, which says minus 1 comma 1. 28th problem, the quartiles of a normal distribution are 16 and 10. Then the median of the normal distribution needs to be computed. When we go back to our work area, in normal distribution, first quartile is given to be 16, which is mu minus 2 by 3 sigma. Third quartile is given to be 10, which is also equal to mu plus 2 by 3 sigma. Now adding these first and second equation, we get 26 equal to 2 mu, or mu, mean is 13. But in a normal distribution, mean, median and mode are all same. So the median is also 13, or the option is B. Going to our PowerPoint presentation, it is B, which says 13. 29th problem. In the normal distribution mu where n is mu comma sigma squared, the area under the curve between mu minus 2 sigma and mu plus 2 sigma is confidence limit. Basically it is 95% is the answer. So the entire curve, the area under the curve between that is also can be said as area under the curve between mu minus 2 sigma and mu plus 2 sigma is about 95% of the total probability. So as seen in the PowerPoint presentation, it is the C option, which is 95%. 30th problem. The probability distribution function of a random variable x is f of x equal to 1 by 5 root 2 pi e power minus x minus 20 whole squared by 50. We need to compute the coefficient of variation. Going to our work area, when we find out from the given equation, sigma is 5, mu is 20. Now coefficient of variation is given by sigma by x or mu. Actually it is x or it is mu actually. So into 100, so we get as 5 by 20 into 100, which is 25. It is 25%, so the answer is option C. Going to our PowerPoint presentation, it is C, which says 25. 31st question. In a normal distribution, quartile deviation is approximately equal to 2 by 3 of sigma, which is the property of normal distribution. So the answer is B. Actually, the quartile deviation should be 2 by 3, and it is approximately, you can also take it as mu plus or minus 2 by 3 sigma. Okay. In 32nd problem, in a normal distribution, the area of the normal curve, actually it spans from minus infinity to plus infinity. So if you look at the options, so it is a combination of both A and B, that is option D, which says both A and B. 33rd question. If two random variables are connected by the relation 3x plus 4y plus 7 equal to 0, the ratio of the standard deviation of x and standard deviation of y is worked out as follows. Now variance of 3x, we can rewrite the equation 3x plus 4y plus 7 equal to 0 as 3x equal to minus 4y minus 7. So variance of 3x is variance of minus 4y minus 7, which is nothing but 3 squared, that is 9, into variance of x equal to minus 4 squared, that is 16, times variance of y. And when we take variance of x by variance of y is 16 by 9, or standard deviation of x with respect to standard deviation of y will be 4 by 3 or 4:3, or the answer is option B. When we go to our PowerPoint presentation, it is option B, which says 4:3. That is the ratio of the standard deviation of x and standard deviation of y. 34th, the shape of the normal curve, that is a normal distribution curve, is a bell-shaped curve. Now going by the formula, we know that the factors involved in that out of the given option depends on mean, that is mu, and standard deviation. So it is the C option, which says it depends on mean and standard deviation. 35th problem, the mode of the normal distribution f of x equal to k into e power minus uh, e power minus half whole power, minus half into x squared minus 10x plus 25, which can be written in the standard form as. Now going to the work area, we need to the mode of the normal distribution of f of x equal to k into e power minus half into x squared minus 10x plus 25. Going to the work area, the formula can be rewritten as k into e power minus half whole power x minus 5 whole squared. We know that in a normal distribution, mean, median, mode are all same. Now comparing with the standard formula of normal distribution, we get mu to be equal to 5. So mode also is 5. So the answer is option C. Going to our PowerPoint slide, it is C option, which says it is 5. 36th problem, the mean and variance of a binomial random variable are 3 and 2 respectively. The parameters, if you go back to the work area, in binomial distribution, mean is equal to 3, which is equal to np, and variance is equal to 2, which is given by npq, that is the sample size n, I feel. So we can compute using these two equations. QE will be equal to 2 by 3 and P will work out to be that 1 by 3. Now based on that, when we try to calculate n, we work out as np equal to 3, so n will be 9. Parameters n comma p will be 9 comma 1 by 3. So the answer is option A. When we go to our PowerPoint presentation, which says it is option A, which is 9 comma 1 by 3 are the parameters, that is n and p. 37th problem, the mean and variance of a binomial distributions are 6 and 4 respectively. Then we need to find the value of p. Going to our work area, binomial distribution, mean is equal to np, which is equal to 6. Variance is equal to npq equal to 4. So we can compute q as npq by np, which is equal to q equal to 2 by 3. Therefore p is equal to 1 minus q, or the probability is 1 by 3, success. So the answer is option B. Going to our PowerPoint presentation, it is option B, which says 1 by 3. 38th problem, in a binomial distribution, p of x equal to 0 is given to be 1 by 32 and n is given to be 5. We need to calculate p of x equal to 2. Going back to our work area, p of x equal to small x will be ncx into p power x into q power n minus x. Now p of x equal to 0 will be 1 by 32. Substituting everything, we know that p power 0 is 1. So we get q power 5 equal to 1 by 32, or q is half. Then p will be 1 minus half, which is also half. Now we need to compute p of x, the random variable, x equal to 2, that is 5c2 into half power 2 into half power 5, right? So it works out to be 10 into it is 5 minus 2. Actually it should be 5 half power 5 minus 2. So it will be 10 into 1 half power 5, which is 1 by 32, or 5 by 16. So the answer is option B. Going to our PowerPoint presentation, it is B option, which says it is 5 by 6. 39th problem, if the mean and standard deviation of independent normal random variables x and y are 6, 2 and 10, 3, the mean and variance of x plus y are worked out as follows. Mean of x, mean of y, standard deviation of x, and standard mean of x plus y will be mean of x plus mean of y, which is 6 plus 10, which is 16. Now variance, we know that Variance of x plus y is variance of x plus variance of y, but variance of x will be nothing but standard deviation of x whole squared. So it is 2 squared is 4. Similarly, standard deviation of y whole squared will be 3 squared, which is 9, so it is 13. So the answer is option B, which says 16 comma 13. Going to our PowerPoint presentation, it is B option, which is 16 comma 13. 40th problem, the sum of the mean and variance of a binomial distribution of size 12 is 5.25. The mean of the distribution is as given. The size is 12 in a binomial distribution. Mean plus variance is 5.25. Now size n is 12. So np plus npq. Np is the mean, npq is the variance, works out to 5.25. On simplification, substituting the relevant value for n, we know p can be written as 1 minus q, and when we substitute and simplify, we find that q equal to 3 by 4 or p is equal to 1 by 4. Now mean is nothing but n times p. Now n is given to be 12 and p is 1 by 4, so the answer is 3. Mean is 3. So the option is A. Going back to our PowerPoint presentation, it is option A, which is 3. So 3 is the mean of the binomial distribution. 41st problem, the maximum variance of the binomial distribution with parameters 24 comma 1 by 2 is need to be worked out. We know in this format 24 will represent the size of the binomial n, that is, and p will represent half, the probability of success, which is here shown as half. So q will also be 1 minus p, which is equal to half. So variance is nothing but npq. That is the standard thing in a binomial distribution. So n is 24, p is half, q is also half. So 24 into 1 by 2 into 1 by 2, which works out to be 24 by 4, that is 6. So the maximum variance is 6. So the answer is option B, which is 6. 42nd problem, in a Poisson distribution, p of x equal to 3 equal to p of x equal to 4, we need to calculate the variance of the distribution. Going to our work area, equating both and using the formula e power minus lambda into lambda cube by 3 factorial equal to e power minus lambda into lambda power 4 by 4 factorial, we find lambda works out to be equal to 4, or variance is nothing but lambda, which is equal to 4, or the option is C. Going back to our PowerPoint presentation, in option the answer C option, which is 4. 44th problem, if x and y are two independent normal random variables with mean and standard deviation 12,6 and 18,8, then the mean and standard deviation of x plus y needs to be computed using mean of x plus y equal to mean of x plus mean of y, which works out to be 30, and variance of x plus y is nothing but variance of x plus variance of y, which is 6 squared, standard deviation squared. So it is 6 squared plus 8 squared, which is equal to 10 squared. So standard deviation of x plus y is 10. So the answer is option C. So it is given as 30 comma 10. So option C. Going to our PowerPoint presentation, it is option C, which says 30 comma 10. So standard deviation is mean is 30, standard deviation is 10. 45th problem, the quartile deviation of the normal distribution with mean and standard deviation is given to be 18 and 6. Since the distribution is a normal distribution and the sigma value, standard deviation, is given to be 6 and mu is 18. Now we know quartile deviation in normal distribution is 2 by 3 of sigma. Now sigma is found to be given to be 6, so 2/3 of 6 would be 4. So the answer is option C, which is 4. 46th problem, if 6 dice are thrown 216 times and getting numbers 1 and 5 are regarded as success, the variance of the number of success is worked out as follows. 6 dice are thrown 216 times. Success of getting 1 and 5 we know as 2 by 6, which is 1 by 3. Failure is 2 by 3. Now the value of n, that is the size, n is equal to 6. Now variance is equal to npq, which is 6 into 1 by 3 into 2 by 3, which is 4 by 3. So the option is C, answer. Going back to our PowerPoint, it is C option, which is said as 4 by 3. 47th question, in a normal distribution, a balanced normal distribution, we know all the three are equal, that is mean, median and mode are all equal. So the answer is D option, which says all the three are equal. 48th question, in a normal distribution, about 95% of the probability lies in the interval mu minus 2 sigma to mu plus 2 sigma. That is a B option, which says mu minus 2 sigma to mu plus 2 sigma. That is the characteristic of a standard normal distribution. 49th problem, if the mean deviation of a normal distribution is 16, then the quartile deviation needs to be computed. Going to our work area, normal distribution mean deviation is given as 16, which is 4 by 5, sigma is 16, so sigma standard deviation is 20. In a normal distribution, quartile deviation is given by 2 by 3 of sigma, which is 2 by 3 of 20, which is 40 by 3, which is 13.33. It is option B. So the answer is option B. Going to our PowerPoint presentation, it is B option, which is 13.33 or 40 by. Going to the last question, that is the 50th question. The first and third quartile of the standard normal distribution need to be computed. In a standard normal distribution, mu, the mean is 0, sigma, standard deviation is 1. So first quartile would be mu minus 2 by 3, sigma would work out to minus 2 by 3. Third quartile will be equal to mu plus 2 by 3 sigma, which is again 2 by 3. The other one is minus 2 by 3 and third is plus 2 by 3. So the answer is option C. Going over to PowerPoint presentation, it is C option, which is minus 2 by 3 comma 2 by 3. Thanks for your patient viewing of the solutions on the topic theoretical distribution. For any further doubts or queries, you may mail your things to queries@greymatteracademics.com. Bye bye. See you later.